Imagine playing a literal cold-blooded psychopath on screen, winning the hearts of millions globally, only for the entire world to find out. You weren't actually acting. This is the insane, twisted, and almost unbelievable true story of Seo Yea-ji, the golden girl of Korean drama, the woman who secretly mind-controlled her celebrity boyfriend, single-handedly destroyed a massive television production, and watched her entire empire collapse in seconds. And just when you thought the drama was finally over, a shocking 2025 update flipped the script all over again. Let's rewind to 2018. Actor Kim Jung-hyun lands the male lead in a brand new romantic drama called Time, airing on MBC, one of Korea's biggest broadcast networks. His co-star, K-pop idol Seohyun from the legendary group Girls' Generation. A big production, massive names, massive budget. Everything looked absolutely perfect on paper. But then, the press conference happened, and something was deeply, deeply wrong. Kim looked like a man being held hostage. Not nervous, not shy. Hostage. When Seohyun, politely, professionally, tried to link arms with him for a standard promotional photo, he dodged her, aggressively, right there, in front of hundreds of cameras, journalists, and fans watching in real time. He left her standing there, visibly confused and humiliated, with nowhere to put herself. But it didn't stop there. Staff reported he was wiping his hands with wet tissues after any physical contact with women on set. He barely spoke. He looked hollow, like he was operating on someone else's remote control. And eventually, midway through production, when he abandoned the drama entirely, citing, quote, severe mental health issues, the public believed him. They sympathized. They gave him grace. Oh, how painfully wrong we all were. Fast forward to April 2021. The notorious Korean media outlet Dispatch, the same outlet responsible for blowing up dozens of celebrity secrets over the years, drops an absolute nuclear bomb on the internet. Kim Jung-hyun wasn't just struggling. He wasn't just going through something. He was being controlled, via text message, by his secret girlfriend at the time, Seo Yea-ji. The leaked KakaoTalk conversations were, I am not exaggerating, straight out of a psychological horror script. She wasn't sending him love messages. She wasn't checking in on her boyfriend. She was running an operation. Stiff Kim. Shall take out all the physical contact, she texted. And Kim? He replied like a soldier following orders. His exact words. I'm not even greeting the female staff. I'm being completely stiff. But she didn't stop there. She demanded he secretly record videos of the filming set and send them to her as proof. Proof that he wasn't looking at other women. Videos of his own professional workplace sent to his girlfriend like private surveillance footage. Think about that for a second. Because of her obsessive, suffocating jealousy, Kim personally pressured the production team to completely rewrite scenes. He forced the deletion of 13 entire scenes involving romance or physical contact with his co-star. 13. A multi-million-dollar drama gutted from the inside. A professional co-star left confused and publicly humiliated. An entire production crew left scrambling to salvage what was left. All of it, to keep one person happy. And here is the detail that made the internet go completely quiet for a second, before absolutely losing it. Kim was already in a dark place at the time. Depression, an eating disorder, serious sleep problems. He was genuinely struggling, not just professionally, but as a human being. And netizens quickly connected the dots. Seo Yea-ji didn't just have a jealousy problem. She had specifically, methodically targeted a man who was too broken, too vulnerable, too mentally exhausted to push back. That is not a controlling girlfriend. That is predatory behavior. The internet gave her a new title, the real-life psycho. Not Moon Young, her character, her. The actual, real person behind the camera. The backlash was, biblical doesn't even begin to cover it. Seo Yea-ji disappeared overnight. She skipped her own movie premiere, just completely vanished from public life without a statement. Brands that had her signed dropped her within hours. Financial penalties ran deep into the millions. Every endorsement she held was gone, erased like she never existed. And as if the universe wasn't done making its point, more stories began surfacing. Claims that she had fabricated her educational history. She had told media outlets she studied communications at a university in Madrid, Spain. Turns out, That story had serious holes in it. Former classmates and journalists started poking at it, and it fell apart fast. And on top of all that, school bullying allegations started circulating. Well, former classmates described a very different version of the person Korea thought they had always known. The mysterious, graceful, intelligent actress. A carefully constructed character. The flawless image she had spent years building. Gone. Reduced to ashes in a matter of days. Now, here's where it gets genuinely fascinating. You would expect that to be the end of the story, right? Career over. Case closed. Another canceled celebrity. Next. Nope. By 2022, Seo Yea-ji slowly, quietly started crawling back into the spotlight. She returned to television. She took on new acting projects. And in interviews, and this is the part that had people absolutely losing their minds, she actually joked about the scandals. Not a real apology, not visible remorse, just a smile, a deflection, and moving on like none of it mattered. The audacity was historic. But the past has a very long memory. In 2025, Kim Jung-hyun finally broke his silence. After years of saying absolutely nothing publicly, he spoke about the relationship, about what he went through, about the period of his life that cost him so much. And his words, the exact words he chose to describe all of it, it wasn't as hard as I thought. That single sentence sent the internet back into complete meltdown. The case exploded back into trending topics across Korea and internationally. People who had moved on came back, furious, wanting answers, wanting accountability, wanting to understand how someone can do all of that, joke about it on television, and still have a career. The story that refused to die came back to life. So, I want to ask you something, and I genuinely want your honest, unfiltered answer. Who is truly to blame here? Is Seo Yea-ji a calculated, predatory manipulator who deliberately used a vulnerable man as her personal puppet and deserves to be permanently, completely canceled? Or is Kim Jung-hyun a grown adult who made his own choices? Choices that publicly humiliated an innocent co-star, sabotaged an entire professional production, and affected the livelihoods of hundreds of people on that crew, and should take full personal responsibility for every single bit of it? Because the uncomfortable truth might be, it is not as simple as one villain and one victim. Leave your answer in the comments below. I rate every single one, genuinely. And if you want more real, dark, unfiltered stories from behind the scenes of K-drama, hit subscribe. Because what is coming next is even wilder than this. See you there.